UFC Sim here. Did you hear that Magomed Ankalaev retired after UFC 313? Wait, no, that's not what happened, thankfully. But with the way he was holding Alex Pereira against the cage, I thought he was trying to start a new MMA move called cage cuddling. Buckle up as we dive into the chaos and glory of UFC 313, from Ankalaev's stunning upset to Justin Gaethje's bonus bonanza.
That's right, on March 8th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Magomed Ankalaev challenged Alex Pereira for the light heavyweight title. And in a stunning turn of events, Magomed Ankalaev emerged victorious, becoming the new champion. No retirement here, just a new king of the division.
According to MMA Junkie on March 10, Magomed Ankalaev won via unanimous decision with scores of 49-46, 48-47, and 48-47. It was a masterful performance by Magomed Ankalaev, who controlled the fight with his pressure and grappling. And yeah, a lot of that clinch we mentioned. Turns out it's a pretty effective strategy.
Exactly, and Kamaru Usman even called it a masterpiece performance, while Alex Pereira looked flat, as reported by MMA Junkie. Maybe Pereira was too busy trying to figure out if Ankalaev was going for a hug or a takedown.
Joe Rogan also commented on how Magomed Ankalaev put Alex Pereira in an uncharacteristic position by controlling the distance and pressure. It was like watching a chess match where one guy keeps pinning the other to the board.
And after the fight, Magomed Ankalaev received a hero's welcome in Dagestan, and there are already talks of a rematch, as Dana White suggested. So much for retirement rumors, Ankalaev's just getting started.
Speaking of which, despite the loss, Alex Pereira earned significantly more than Magomed Ankalaev, according to Give Me Sport. Guess being a former champ still pays.
Yeah, that's interesting. Even in defeat, Alex Pereira's star power and previous successes meant he was the highest-paid athlete at UFC 313. Maybe he can use some of that cash to buy a cage-cuddling defense manual.
Now, let's talk about the co-main event. Originally, it was supposed to be Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker had to pull out due to injury. So, Rafael Fiziev stepped in on short notice to face Justin Gaethje in a rematch of their 2023 fight.
And what a fight it was! Justin Gaethje won via unanimous decision and earned another Fight of the Night bonus, continuing his incredible streak of getting a bonus in every UFC fight he's been in. The guy's a bonus magnet.
That's right, 14 bonuses in 14 fights, as highlighted by ESPN MMA. Mackenzie Dern even reacted to that staggering stat, showing how impressive it is. It's like Gaethje has a bonus clause written into his DNA.
And Justin Gaethje's performance was praised, with him outpointing Rafael Fiziev in a tough battle. Just pure striking brilliance.
Now, onto the charity challenge. Before the fight, there was this whole drama with Alex Pereira challenging Magomed Ankalaev to a $200,000 charity bet. But Magomed Ankalaev, being Muslim, couldn't accept the bet because wagering is forbidden in Islam.
That added a whole new layer to the build-up, with fans debating whether it was a psychological ploy or a genuine charitable gesture. In the end, since Magomed Ankalaev won and he couldn't accept the bet, perhaps the charity aspect didn't come to fruition, but it certainly added to the pre-fight hype.
Another interesting aspect was the ESPN Plus streaming issues. Many fans couldn't watch the PPV due to technical problems, and ESPN Plus made the event free to watch afterward. Talk about a plot twist, almost as surprising as Ankalaev's cage-cuddling strategy.
Yeah, that was a big deal. Brendan Schaub even suggested it was a negotiation tactic by ESPN ahead of broadcast rights talks. But regardless, it was a frustrating experience for fans who paid for the PPV.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about some other fights on the card. For example, Mauricio Ruffy had an impressive knockout win over King Green, earning a Performance of the Night bonus. A straight-up KO.
And Ignacio Bahamondes submitted Jalen Turner, also getting a bonus. Speaking of Turner, he announced his retirement after the loss, saying the fire is just not there anymore.
That's sad to hear. He had a good run in the UFC. Also, there were some fight cancellations due to illness, like Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kunev and John Castinda versus Chris Gutierrez. So, the card was reshuffled, but it still delivered some great action.
Now for the technical details, in the main event, Magomed Ankalaev's control time and takedowns were key to his victory. It wasn't the most exciting strategy, but hey, if clinching gets you the belt, who are we to judge?
Yeah, he was able to neutralize Alex Pereira's striking by taking him down and keeping him on the back foot. And in the co-main, Justin Gaethje's striking, especially his uppercuts, were effective against Rafael Fiziev. Just pure violence.
Rafael Fiziev had his moments, but Justin Gaethje's power and precision won the day. Also, it's worth noting that Justin Gaethje fought with gloves that didn't have the UFC logo as it rubbed off during warm-ups, and he chose to keep them on. Maybe that's his lucky charm for all those bonuses.
That's a funny detail. Joe Rogan even commented on it during the broadcast. Now, looking ahead, what's next for these fighters? For Magomed Ankalaev, probably a title defense, maybe against the winner of another fight. And for Alex Pereira, there's talk of an immediate rematch, given how close the fight was.
As for Justin Gaethje, he's back in the title contention mix, and Dana White said his chances for a title shot are pretty good. He might face Islam Makhachev next, or perhaps a rematch with someone else. And let's not forget the other fighters. Ilia Topuria is teasing a big fight, possibly with Conor McGregor, and Dustin Poirier is still a top contender.
Yeah, the lightweight division is stacked, and there are many exciting matchups to look forward to. So, to wrap it up, UFC 313 was an eventful night with a new champion crowned, some great fights, and plenty of drama both inside and outside the octagon. And hey, if cage cuddling becomes the next big thing in MMA, remember, you heard it here first.
Absolutely. It was a night that will be remembered for a while, and we can't wait to see what's next in the UFC. Thanks for joining us on UFC Unleashed. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis. This is PT and Nina signing off.